Hey guys, your chief visionary Natasha Davis here with Impact Branding, and this is your 5 simple steps topic breakdown for step 2. If you haven't had a chance to watch the first one where I tell you what 5 steps we're covering today, you should probably pop over there, watch that, and come on back. All right, so here we go. Step number 2 breakdown. This one here is the one that usually gets a lot of people stuck. And this is where most people, you'll hear them say, I don't make enough money, or I'm not charging enough, or I didn't get paid enough for that. Always remember, if you're not getting paid enough, if you're not getting paid enough for what you're doing, it's never your client's fault. It's your fault because you never priced it right. I know, ouch. Ooh, that's mean. All right, so listen, we're breaking down step 2 of your basic business pricing for this 5 Simple Steps series. So what's step number 2? You really need to know what your real hourly rate is. Your real hourly rate. So a lot of people get stuck because they didn't plan for all of the monthly expenses and everything that goes into offering service. A lot of times business people will kind of get started and they'll only remember to develop pricing to pay for themselves. And then you get into that place where you're like, I don't have enough money to cover all the expenses, or I'm not making any profits, or I don't have enough to hire an admin. That just means you did not plan your pricing very well. So let me kind of help you real quick. You want to know your hourly rate. The first thing you have to understand is knowing how much it costs to run your business every single month. And we talked about that in topic breakdown 1. How much does it really cost to operate your business every single month? You have to, in your hourly rate, you have to actually include the cost for you, the cost for your team, the cost for the business, the taxes, the profits, all that stuff has to be included in the hourly rate that you're going to go ahead and quote. So you have what's called a billable rate, but then you also have a pay rate. You can't have the same rate for both. They're two different things, right? And so your billable rate is what you have to charge for your services because it includes everything. And then your pay rate is what you're paying out once that full money has come in. So once you know what your monthly expenses are, you then take that total number and you divide it by 174. Now, the significance of 174 is the average amount of hours that you're working per month. Average. Some people work more, some people work less. If you truly find that you're working significantly, really working significantly more than 174 hours a month, which is about more than 40 hours per week, then you do have to roll it up, okay? Things of that nature. So once you understand how much it costs to truly operate your business every single month, ideally, to keep things uniform, you divide that by 174, and there you have it. You're going to have your hourly rate. So for example, let's say it costs you $28,000 a month to operate your business. 28,000, you divide that by 174, you're going to get about 160, 161. That's your hourly rate. That is your absolute minimum hourly rate. And so if you're walking around here charging $125 because it's a nice round number, and that's what everyone else is doing, you realize that you are never going to make enough money. You'll never make a profit because you've been significantly undercharging. And every single time that you have an hour of work that you're billing, no matter how many hours you bill, you're never going to have enough because you've been under billing. Make sense? So once you understand how much it costs to operate your business, you then take that total number, you divide it by 174. There you have your hourly rate. That is your real hourly rate, right? Don't guesstimate. Let's get some pen and paper and a calculator and really work it down, okay? Now, here's the thing. When that money comes in, that's not all yours, right? Owners, my business owners, my entrepreneurs, that's not all your money. So if you build at $150 an hour and you put 2 hours of work in, you get your $300 in, that whole $300 is not yours because you got to pay yourself, pay the team, pay the business, pay the tax, pay the profit. And remember, even if you have a paying client or not, your business still is costing you. Right? All right. So that money comes in and you get that hourly money in, and you need to appropriately separate that money out and put it in its appropriate bucket or its appropriate place. Now, here I'm going to share something with you. Some people don't do this. I don't know why. Some people say, I can figure it out. I don't know why, but let me tell you what I'm talking about. All of my clients are educated, and they are encouraged to have separate accounts for all of their monies, the funds that come in. Everyone's encouraged and guided, supported to do this. You have to have an operating account. So the operating account is where all of your revenue comes into. All the money comes into the operating account. You then have to have a payroll/vendor account. That's where all of the payroll money, and if you have like a 1099, if you have a W-2 that you're paying, that's where your payroll monies come out of. So you then transfer the amount, because you did your operating expenses, you know how much it's going to cost you to pay for the month. You transfer that amount over into that account. Leave it there because that's what you pay out of. You then are going to have your tax account, which is your minimum 7% of your total revenue that you're sticking over there, because you're going to go ahead and tuck it away because you will have to pay taxes at the end of the year. And then you also have your profit account. If you do not plan for profits, you will not have it. Okay. So that is what all of our clients do. That's what I do. And I'm going to tell you something that makes a huge difference. If you try to run your business out of one account, you are going to have an oops more than once. You're either going to spend more than you're supposed to. You're not going to save the money that you need to. You cannot sit here and know 10,000 came in, but I'm going to purposely leave 2,000 in there for my taxes, and I'm going to purposely leave, 1,500 in there for my profit. Oh, and I remember I got 5,000 to kick out for payroll, and then the rest sits there for all the other expenses. You don't do it. No one does it very successfully. People will try to convince themselves of it, but it doesn't work. So listen to the chief visionary. An operating account, a payroll/vendor account, your tax account, your profit account. People, oh, that's too much. No, it's not. It's going to cost you more not to have it because you won't have any money, right? So get the accounts. Now, let me help you understand. Your operating account and your payroll/vendor account, those are typically checking accounts. Your tax and your profit account are typically savings accounts, because you don't need to be writing checks all day out of that. You're only dipping into these accounts when absolutely needed. Your profit is like your savings account, because remember, you grow a business off of what? Profits. You operate the business off of what? Revenue. Yes? All right, perfect. So your tax and your profit accounts are typically savings accounts. They do not need to be checking accounts. But your operating account and your payroll account, those are checking accounts, because you need to be able to handle funds and move funds accordingly without certain restrictions. Okay? So remember, keep your money and your hourly rate clean and exact and profitable. How much does it cost you to run a business? Divided by 174. That is your absolute minimum hourly rate. So you don't accidentally undercharge. Yay. All right, it's your chief visionary with your topic breakdown for step 2 of the Basic Business Pricing 5 Simple Steps series. Make sure you subscribe to the Impact Branding Videos YouTube page. Tell somebody else. Go run and tell somebody. Tell your peeps. Come on over. Come hear what I'm sharing. I hope this information is super transformative and highly valuable to you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week, Wednesday, for the breakdown of step 3 of the Basic Business Pricing.